All right, guys and girls, well, I'm sitting here on a Sunday afternoon editing video with a bucket full of Ninja Turtles and a vintage backpack full of Ninja Turtles. This video is basically like I hit two little garage sales that don't amount to much, and then I hit an estate sale that's got some epic stuff that is not necessarily stuff you would think to pick up or at an estate sale. So stick with me, leave some comments, consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. Let's get into it. So walking in, it kind of feels like this is a professional garage sale. And later I talked to the lady and she tells me that she's done 3 or 4 of these this year, and it's all kinds of different people's stuff. I go through these VHS and I find right here a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. And I wouldn't pick up just one, so I didn't. But Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, if you can get a lot, they sell for some pretty decent money. Lots of media, but nothing fun at all. There's some video games that I start to look at, but they're marked up like that. Spider-Man. I try to pick up Wii U games for my kids whenever I find them, but that Spider-Man was like $8, and it ain't worth it. And a bunch of worthless out-of-case CDs and in-case CDs that aren't worth anything. Records, but it's all... There were a couple of halfway decent rock albums. This album... Me and my mom listened to the crap out of this thing when I was little, and if it had had Digging Up Bones on it, I probably would have bought it for me as a Randy Travis album, but there really wasn't anything worth taking. And just a whole lot of real pedestrian stuff. A lot of nothing. So I just bought this little cart because I thought it would be cool to put shipping supplies in. It was $4. And then she had a bunch of these only red and white stereo RCA cables, which I can pair with some Nintendos when I get them ready to sell. All right, so we are officially at this estate sale. Okay, so I come up and I'm pretty excited to find vintage clothes in the very first box, but it was children's clothes. Some of it was new old stock, some of it was just cool patterns, and they had a lot of vintage clothes, but it was either a cool pattern and it was kids clothes, or it was ugly clothes that belonged to an old lady. How's it going?
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good.
When can you use some more stuff?
more Nintendos? I'm about halfway through. Well, about half of those consoles worked straight off, and now I gotta take the other half apart and yeah.
$2 for games and like I think 6 boxes altogether.
Okay. Well, if you where are you guys gonna be next? You can. Is that next week or is that okay? Well, let's make a plan. Well, if you bring them to the sale,
You'll be there Thursday or Friday.
I imagine I'd still be able to do Thursday morning because I don't think they're quite starting yet. Now their bedroom's so full of dolls, you can't see yourself coming or going. But there's stuff hiding. What is that? I don't know. That's probably. Well, I definitely should have got that little pink box because I ended up with a sales display for it later. Tray is cool. Oh, these are like 90s trucks. Dollar General. Should I buy that? It just did so well, but this one's not Perco. This one's not Pyrex. Gemco. Yeah. Man, there's money to be made here. I just don't know. Christmas. If that's like $1 or $2, I'll buy it. It's Lionel. Little. Not. That one's broken. They're like, I thought they would be wrought iron. They're like tin. $11. It's a cool stand. Wood. I've redone those. I ain't got time or patience for that anymore. Skip flea. Like a bar of soap for your dog. It appears to be that. New old stock Salvo. I don't know what that is, but I'm buying this stuff. That is cool. I'll buy it. That's a really old Mr. Clean. That's $1. But now that I look closer at it, it's missing some pieces. So sorry guys, I've been just digging in seventh heaven a little bit and ignoring you. What's that? Is that like an old chick razor? And it's missing parts, and found a whole box of Pyrex. Those are the same parts, that part that I sold recently was that. This one obviously isn't new, but it's got a bunch of stuff with it. So for $3. So here's the reality. I probably would not have found nearly as much stuff if I had been filming. I ended up spending $70, and I'll show you a sneak peek and then we'll look at it when we get home. Look at this. Batman and Robin, new old stock. They actually said, Tom, you didn't buy this, you should buy it. Like, they found me with it because they knew it was something that I would want. These are just boxes of, I didn't even go through them, toy parts. I don't know, I'm super excited. And you can see Billy Bass and his brother Troy Trout are both in there, new old stock. There's a St. Louis Cardinals football team NFL jacket, which is maybe it's Arizona Cardinals, but it's probably from the 60s, so I'll have to look up when they moved to Arizona. Anyway, I got to get the ball rolling because I got to be home in an hour, and I got at least one, maybe two more sales I want to hit. So the same sale I was at yesterday where I got a handful of new old stock things. Today I paid $5. Power Rangers 1994 bank. It has the bottom, it's coin bank, and it has the bottom piece. Makes a lot of difference because if it doesn't have the bottom piece, it's a display piece, but it's not complete, and they're really hard to find. And then $2 for this. I wouldn't have mind paying $5 for that bank. And he's like, how about $3 for this and $2 for these if you want them? And I was like, we'll see what happens. I don't know if these were a good buy or not, but I did really well today at that estate sale. And these guys said they were going to bring a bunch more toys, and they brought a handful more toys, and they priced them up thinking that I was going to come buy them for retail, I guess. All right, moving on. All right, so I know I just did an insane haul video. Like, I did it yesterday. I recorded it yesterday. I don't know when you guys saw it. But I got another one today. This is a St. Louis Cardinals NFL, and it's little, size 14. I suspect that's like a youth large. Stahl Urban is a hard to find name brand. This is in really rough shape, but I only paid $2 for it. I suspect that these sleeves will clean up with either some OxyClean spray or maybe some like Armor All car leather wipes. You guys saw these things. This ended up being like 14 bucks. These I paid $2. I haven't looked them up yet. This I thought was super neat. I think you guys might have seen me pick this up. It's a toilet cover, the lid cover, the seat cover, the tank cover I think is just really neat. And then 2 rugs that match. New old stock. This has to be from the 70s. I haven't looked up comps on it yet, but for $3 I wasn't going to leave it there. Okay, I know that these are silly and hokey, but they were like $5 a piece. Yeah, $5 a piece. And I watched a couple of auctions that were ending on my way home from the estate sale, and this one sold for 31 plus tax or plus shipping twice on my way home. So I suspect that comps at like $40 or $50. This one I didn't even do comps on. I got $5 a piece. I'm definitely making money there. This, you guys saw me pick it up. It's a newer Lionel train car. It was $1. I figure somebody's gonna want it for parts. So this is an old Coke cardboard holder. It's in pretty bad shape. All of the bottles were, except for one, were made here in the town we live in, Peoria. I don't know. I think it's cool. I only paid $5 for it. This one is Fresca, which is harder to find. I'm gonna do some comps on that and let you know what I think. Okay, so I picked these up. This is Dumbo, new old stock, Disney licensed. And while I was in that box, I found this Donald. And so I don't know what those are worth, but I didn't pay much for everything. I paid $70 for everything you're gonna see all day. These are earmuffs, old earmuffs from the 80s. And those, they're clean, they're cool. You don't hardly see them anymore. Somebody's gonna want those. This thing's Tootsie Toy. I'm sure I'll be able to figure out what it goes to. This little motorcycle was in the pocket of this jacket. I didn't know it was there. I paid $3 for this Tobor robot. Turns out that's a loss for sure. That is only worth $15 working, and this thing's kind of a mess. These are all new old stock. Motor oil. This is a composite, not a metal jar. That one's spoken for because I got a buddy that collects all things automotive. And then salvo, detergent tablets, this carburetor tune-up kit, flea soap, Arm & Hammer. I didn't pay more than a couple bucks for that whole pile, and I just think this stuff's neat and somebody's gonna buy it. This is a really nice piece. Even though it's not like a high-end name brand necessarily, it's got this curved bottom, and these, right now it is 124. So I'm gonna plug it in and see if it keeps time. But these vintage with the flippy numbers are desirable. So if this thing keeps good time, then I should be able to make some money on it. Oh, it's 2 o'clock and it still says 124. So that kind of sucks. Okay, and so then there were these 2 boxes that were in separate places, and one was $5 and one was $3 or something. They're all just random toy parts. I'm excited to see what's in here. So they can't all be winners, right? This there's a couple of toy cars, and none of them are in very good condition. There's a couple of new old stock switches, but I don't know if they would even be safe to use, let alone usable, or why someone would use them. I'll probably try to lot this electrical stuff up together. I don't know. I'll check into these. I suspect this Chiquita banana is just off a banana, not a sponsor for that car. Mr. Potato Head with no parts at all, and then this thing. Looking at it in the dark in that basement, I thought it might be something, but it's. I think it's in too bad a shape to be salvaged. So that's box 1. Okay, so I tend to be fairly knowledgeable about old toys. And so I grabbed this box thinking I could probably dig something good out of it. It's a little bit of a crapshoot. I still haven't looked into a lot of this stuff. This is Lionel. It's a accelerator for an old train, but it's in real bad shape. I'm probably not even going to bother trying to test it. I'm just going to sell it as parts. Hopefully it works. These, I believe, and I'll have to do a little bit of hunting, but I'm reasonably certain that this is like the saddle, the vest, the scarf, and a hat off of an old Marx Cowboys and Indians piece. So those could be really good if I'm right about that. And then there's just some pretty pedestrian Tootsie Toys and cap gun and stuff. This is a nice little one. I think this is Stormbacker. It's a obviously it's just an old Beetle. It needs cleaned up a little bit, but that's probably a $10 bill. There's two in here that you would not necessarily expect to be something. This is from Hubley, and it's not a reproduction. It's not brand new, but it's I mean, it's not super old, but it's with some work, that's something that's worth selling all by itself. And this one, this broken piece of crap looking car is from a company called Lincoln, and it is a slot car. It's a Lotus. You can see it says Lotus on it, and that in good shape, that's a $65 car. In this shape, I'm just going to sell it as is. I'd probably bring $10 or $12. And then this is probably the best piece in the whole box, and it's broken, but the mechanism works. If you, I'll do this, see if I can do it one-handed. You raise this lever, it works. But I'm glad to have it because I'll sell it to somebody who will either put new wheels on the front and bend it back into shape, or at least get that mechanism out of there and make some other car live. So a lot of this is going to end up trash. I actually have this Nerf set, so I'll just add that one to my Nerf set. The rest of these cars, probably some of them will get lotted up, but like this is a good, out of that box, this is a good piece, this is a good piece. These are really good. I don't know much about marbles, but these look like, if I'm going to find out marbles or anything, this is a good place to start. That's a good piece. And this is a good piece. And then this is these are both 1968 Hot Wheels, which is the first year Hot Wheels came out. I can use this thing. I don't know that this cap gun does anything. And then this. So, did I make a fortune buying $10 worth of mystery boxes at this estate sale for these toys? No. But I'm definitely going to make my money back. And there could have been, this thing could have been complete for all we know. This thing could have been in much nicer shape. You never know when you buy those boxes, but I think I'm going to do all right. Okay, so this is the last of it. This is 7 unopened packages of vintage 1991 mouse poison. I'm not sure what that goes for. I know what where the market is if it's Decon brand. I don't know where the market is on this one exactly. This is unopened Ajax, and it's old too. I don't know how old, but it's not new. This isn't what Ajax looks like now. So I don't know. That didn't add much to my bill. This I thought was cool. I kind of just found it laying in amongst some stuff. Remember that pink box that I should have got because I ended up with a display? This is it. I don't know anything about that. These are one of my favorite things that I found. All of these spoons are disposable Dairy Queen spoons, and they're not recent. And then all of these little cups, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of them. 2 red, 2 yellow, and 2 green. And it all says Dairy Queen. It all says 1980s Dairy Queen, which is pretty cool. I got more Fresca bottles. There's 8 total, and then this squirt bottle, which if nothing else I'll give to my niece because Her nickname is Squirt, and she likes to drink Squirt. This is kind of a cool thing. I like old ashtrays. This one's Bill's Novelties, Milwaukee. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but it was $2, and I don't imagine I'm gonna not be able to make money on that. This was $2, and the reason that I picked it up, there's two reasons that I picked it up. It's full of random stuff I can go through and see if I can figure out what it is. And then this golf ball is not a standard golf ball, a new golf ball pattern. That's probably from the 40s or earlier. And so Caleb sees a key, and there's old Lego. That golf ball was worth picking this up for $2 in my opinion, and then who knows what's in there. I paid $3 for a box of these percolator pumps, and anybody who's been watching the channel this week knows that I just sold a percolator pump, just this piece, but it was new in box. I sold it for $45. These have more of the pieces. There's 4 of them, and I paid $3 for the whole box. So there's the pump and the tray and the glass cup on 4 of them. This one is to the size that I just sold, because these are larger. These are 10 cup pumps instead of the 6 cup. And then this is there's 2 of these glass Pyrex handles for the carafe, which is cool. These will all sell. I'll make quite a bit of money on that. This guy I didn't know anything about, but isn't he cool? He's got some kind of action. I haven't figured out exactly. Oh, that's how he works. I was like, when you move his hand, his head goes down. Well, do it the other way, genius. And he'll shoot baskets, I think. He's probably supposed to have a basketball. Anyway, that's a neat holder thing. And then these 7-Up Steak and Shake cups, 1983. I paid $5 for all of them. 1, 2. $5 for 25 of them. So that's like 20 cents a piece. And so probably I'll give a couple of them to my brother. There's 3 or 4 different prints from the Superman 3 movie. I'll probably give a set to my brother and then sell the rest off. The things I just got out of the bathroom. Meaning things I purchased from the bathroom at the estate sale, not whatever else that might imply. I'm not sure. Self-adjusting shampoo. This is a free sample. It's new old stock. I don't know what this is. Exactly. It's shampoo, and it's obviously from the 80s. Look at that lady. It's probably from the early 80s. This is 20-year-old toothpaste. Expires. Still isn't expired. It's from 2004, and it expires. Oh, it just expired last month. But nobody's buying that because they're worried about it being expired. And then this is a new in package curling iron from the 80s. I don't know how much any of these are worth, but if they're 5, 5, and 10, then the $2 that I spent on them, it's $20 back on my $2 investment. So that was a haul today. And there are no real home runs. I suspect that those singing fish will do super well, and the Batman sleeping bag will do super well. Maybe that brand new in box rug set for your toilet, and then that jacket, the Cardinals jacket. Those are probably my top things, but there's a ton of bread and butter here. There's a lot of things I can make. Like if there's probably 50 things here I can make $10 on. So for my $70 investment, I think I'm going to be all right. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for the video today. Thanks for watching. Well, tell them what to do, Tim.
Like, subscribe, comment. I'm first.
He is first. Thanks for watching, guys.